Your branding is all wrong, but I'm going to help you. If you're new here, my name is Michelle Pava. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, finance therapist, and I have a background in neuromarketing and business analytics, so I want to help you to make money right now. If you are someone who has an MLM, a network marketing group, you need to brand yourself completely different than you are. Now listen, I've been connected to some of these companies, I've gone to countless parties, and I'm telling you, people do not know how to brand. And if you think that the company that you're working for, because they're giving you marketing materials, is your brand, you are absolutely wrong. And there's no reason why anyone should come to you when they can go to anyone that sells the exact same thing. So here is the thing, even if you're with a company and you're only affiliated with them because you want a discount, you still on some level should be branding yourself, because there's probably something else in your life that you're doing that you can connect that, and that will create a deeper brand, and a deeper brand means more money. And the online world is filled with a lot of people that tell you that you have to work really hard or that you have to hustle. And yes, you do have to put some elbow grease and some logistics into what you're doing, but you should not be working all of the time. If you're working that hard to have like face cream, you're doing it wrong. Then you probably should just not work that hard and not need the face cream because you're stressed out and that's why you need the face cream. Okay, so here's the bottom line. A lot of you got connected with a company probably because you liked the product and you were told that it would be very easy to sell, that you would have parties, you have friends and family who will purchase from you and they would spread the word, and also you would get a lot of perks from having those parties. You probably also felt some pressure. In fact, even just going to an online party has an element of pressure. Many people say yes and RSVP yes to the party just because they want to help the person who's throwing the party, not necessarily the sales rep, but the friend or family member who is creating the sale. And then once you're in the party, you're told by the sales rep or the ambassador that if you just hold a party or if you buy a certain amount of items, your loved one is going to get some perks. So of course you feel a little bit like you want to help them out, especially if it's a good friend or a closer family member. These types of sales tactics are meant to be very emotional and for you to make emotional purchases. They also have an element of scarcity, which is very big in sales and marketing, where if you have an element of scarcity, that means you have 5 days or 7 days or however long that party is to make that sale to benefit your friend or family. And also to benefit you if there's some kind of a discount. Now, a lot of you who are in MLMs are in them because you love the product. And that's fine, but let's just take an example here. Why would I buy essential oils off of you as opposed to someone who's an actual herbalist who I might know, or my daughter, or my hairstylist? Okay, let's get real. I don't have a hairstylist. But seriously, why would I purchase from you? What is it about you that makes me trust you more than these other people or want to work with you? And here's what it's about. It's about trust and credibility and a brand. Now, I don't mean that if I don't purchase from you, I don't trust you as a person, but trusting a brand and trusting someone professionally is very different than just trusting a person who you're friends with. So I could be really good friends with you and you might sell Beauty Counter, but if I have a friend who is a licensed cosmetologist or an esthetician who also sells Beauty Counter, I'm probably going to go to her because I feel like her input and what she can give me is going to be more valuable than maybe what you can give me, even if it's just that I want to buy a product. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be an esthetician or a cosmetologist in order to sell Beauty Counter, or that you have to be an herbalist to sell essential oils, or a chef to sell Pampered Chef. But I am saying you need to set yourself apart, because if you're doing this as a side hustle, I hate that term, but a side hustle or a side job or just something to supplement your income, you really need to look at how much you're investing in time, in your credibility, because if you just continue to sell and sell and sell, are people going to trust you, or are they going to see you like more of a sneaky salesperson? Are they going to feel used by you if the only time that you really reach out and talk to them is when you want to sell them something? They're probably not going to feel like you're truly a friend. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of those parties are, and that's how a lot of those relationships are. So I'm going to give you some strategies right now that will help you to make more money and to brand yourself regardless of who you're working with. 5, 10, 25% of a sale, when you're putting a lot of hours into it, when you really do the math, you're not making that much money. And for a lot of people who are in network marketing, you have to keep a certain level of sales up every single month in order to stay in your designated level that gives you a certain amount of perks. And if that level drops, you lose the perks. It's almost like being demoted every single month if you don't keep your sales up. And your sales are often directly related to a very small group of friends and family. So let's start by marketing you first. So let's start branding you so that you can break out of that, so that you can be referred by your friends and family to other people and truly have a following. The number one thing that I want you to do is think of 3 different areas of your life that you really enjoy and you really put energy in. So it might be working out, fashion, and eating healthy, okay? Whatever those 3 things are for you. So I want you to even just stop this video and go ahead and write out 3 areas that you really enjoy. And let me just give you some ideas. Maybe you really like gardening. Maybe you really enjoy cooking. Maybe you really like home decor and you spend a lot of time on Pinterest or looking through magazines. Maybe you really enjoy pampering. So you have lots of face masks and scrubs and lotions and bubble bath. Or maybe you're someone who really enjoys essential oils and meditating and yoga. So really take note of where you are in life and the kind of things that you like to do. So I'm going to give you a fictional example of Jane Doe. Jane Doe loves fashion, she loves working out, and she loves to eat healthy. So when I tell you that, you already have an idea that Jane Doe is stylish and fit. Now, if Jane Doe were selling something to someone, would she be selling to other women who are just like her? No, she would not. Jane Doe, being already stylish and fit, would not be selling to other women who are stylish and fit. She would be selling to women who want to be stylish and fit. Jane Doe would not be marketing to her friends and family necessarily because a lot of them will already be healthy and fit and stylish because that's what she likes. So birds of a feather flock together. So she really can't preach to the choir because a lot of her friends and family are going to be like her, the ones that she connects with more. They're going to respect and connect with that she eats healthy. They probably do too. She probably hangs out with them and they probably are stylish and they probably like to work out. The person that she wants to attract for business is someone who wants to either be more like her or accomplish some of the goals that she's already accomplished. Maybe they're going through some of the struggles that she's already been through. So she wants to have someone who maybe doesn't know how to eat healthy, or they feel unmotivated, or they feel kind of frumpy and they need to work out more, or they just feel frumpy in general and they want to get more stylish. So their problems are the things that she's already found solutions to. So now what I want you to do is look at what you already have accomplished with some of the things that you enjoy, and I want you to write some of the problems that you had to overcome to get there. Once you do that, you're going to have a much better idea of who you need to reach for what you want to sell. And it doesn't matter yet what you want to sell, okay? I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. So right now we're just branding you. What are 2 or 3 MLMs, if you want to do an MLM, that have a very low entry fee that you can work with? So for instance, if one of the things is that somebody might need inspiration on eating healthy, then maybe you want to work with Pampered Chef. Or if someone wants to feel more motivated, they want to have better skin, and maybe they just want to be healthier, maybe you want to work with Young Living. And if it's about accessories, maybe you also want to work with Avon. Now, hear me out, because they sound all very different, right? Now, you have to take your values into consideration. Like Avon is not vegan and they're not cruelty-free. So you might not want to work with Avon if that is important to you. So you need to work with companies that match your values, or you're not being authentic to yourself or to others. So people that really know you, if you're working with a company just for the money, it's not going to be good. It's not going to rest well on your soul or theirs. Now, once you find 2 or 3 companies that you feel can provide solutions, now what I want you to do is have a website or a blog. You can do Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, WordPress if you're comfortable. You can do whatever you want. And you want to start putting together ideas that are very specific. Now, I know that all of these companies have different promotions and different marketing and all kinds of different things happening. But the bottom line is you're marketing you. And I know that they give you websites, and I totally understand that there is an additional cost to having your own website. Now, everyone and their sister in multi-level marketing is going to tell you to have a Facebook group, and they're going to tell you to make that Facebook group very specific to their company. Don't do that, because your job is not to make them look good. Their job is to help you. Women, we are so used to just going with the flow and not making any waves that when people tell us to do something, sometimes we just do it and we don't even question the status quo. Well, now I want you to question it. You don't have to do all these additional things to sell. In fact, those things are only helping the bigger company. They're not helping you. And I'm not trying to get you to have any bad feeling against the bigger company, because as you sell more, it does help them in return. I just want you to think of your marketing very differently. For instance, I know with Young Living, you could talk to anyone. You can talk to women in menopause, you can talk to young moms, you can talk to men. I get it that these companies have products for everyone, but you're not for everyone. And I see a lot of people who are young trying to sell skincare to older women that just don't have a clue. And I see a lot of older women trying to be something that they're not to try to get younger women to purchase. And it just isn't going to work. So now let's just say that that person decided to go with Pampered Chef and Young Living. Jane Doe gets a website. She puts a picture of herself on the website, a little bit of a bio, and then she has a blog. Once a week, she writes a blog about one particular issue. And once a week or once every other week, she writes a blog. One week, Jane might talk about the best skincare and a do-it-yourself skincare using some of the essential oils and products from Young Living. Another week, she might talk about eating healthy. She keeps doing this and she keeps telling people how to do it without pushing the products. But every now and then, she brings up some of the sales that are happening.
By the way, last week I talked about a bath bomb with these essential oils. This week they happen to be on sale.
But remember that your blogs are going to be evergreen and the sales are not. When you write your blog, that's evergreen. You don't want to put anything about the sales in the blog. What you want to do is you want to write the blog, make it purely educational, share the blog to one of your pages online or all of your pages online, even Instagram, and you mention the sales in your social networking. You encourage your friends and family to share your blog post, not to share anything else about sales or marketing or anything else. You encourage your friends and family to share your blog, not to sell for you. Don't even focus on having parties right now. Focus on creating your brand. Always stay in your brand. If your brand is helping people to look healthy, feel healthy, have self-esteem, that is what every single blog should be about. So if it's a recipe, I don't want you to suddenly have a recipe for sugary cupcakes if what you believe in is something that is more healthier. Stay with what you value and stay within your diet. If you're a vegan, go ahead and write just about vegan recipes. Don't worry about offending the people that aren't, but just be true to yourself. And whether you work with Pampered Chef, Young Living, doTERRA, Beauty Counter, whatever, your brand is solid. So it doesn't matter if you move in and out of the different MLMs or even work with another company, you're going to keep your brand. When your brand is solid, the people that follow you trust you. And they trust you not like in a person-to-person trust, they trust you as a brand. They trust that you have researched and they trust that what you are selling and recommending is for their good, not to take advantage of them. Listen, I'm glad to help you. So if you have any questions, just write them below and I will answer them. A lot of times branding can feel slow, but it does start to snowball. And when it does, you have a really solid brand. Really quickly, if you're really interested in this kind of content, subscribe, like, comment. But I also have a membership group and a free weekly newsletter. All of the information is below.